Love that, and I've been playing it a lot here on Six Music, Mirage by Ladytron, and I'm really pleased to say that Danny and Reuben join me here in the studio. Hello.
Hello.
You good?
Good, thanks.
Fine, thanks.
The last time you were here, you were on the old nighttime show on Radio 2. We went round the corner for a pint at the Lassagari, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
And you told me about a record, and I think that's going to be a show and tell a bit later on, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Annie Cooney by Madeleine Chartron.
Great. Look forward to that. So, have you been busy?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you have. I've been looking online. You seem to have been everywhere. Have you?
Well, we're planning our next touring at the moment, which is going to start in September.
Yeah. This is to go with the new record, Gravity the Seducer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And working on any exciting places you're going to?
We start in... Because we just did a little run in Europe and a couple of other places in the spring and the summer, but we start in Mexico in mid-September. And then we do US, Canada, and I think we're going to Brazil, Australia,
New Zealand.
yeah, Singapore.
Yeah.
What a rotten job.
I know, it's awful.
I know.
It's a massive drag.
I don't know. I mean, never mind. At some point, you'll come get an office job or something, and that'll be fun. Actually, I was looking before. You've all got stuff. You've all got interesting stuff in your backstory, haven't you? That but a lot of rock people don't. You've run labels. You were design consultants. You were. Weren't the girls both kind of academics? So
Yeah, and Mira was doing a PhD in genetics. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty smart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you no instantly. So people who don't know you will think. Starting in Mexico, that's pretty cool. But the last time we were talking quite a bit about this. You've got a really, really massive kind of presence in South America, haven't you?
Yeah, for some reason, some countries in particular, yeah. Since we started, because we've only played in Mexico once before, well, on one trip before, 3 shows, but for some reason that was the place that really... we got the most contact from. There in Brazil, actually, early on.
Yeah, because we were talking about it that night in the pub, and I think you were saying you didn't entirely have a theory as to why. I was asking you, was your kind of electronic music popular in Mexico? Is that the case? Or?
I'm still not sure why. At the time, I thought that maybe it was because we also did quite amongst the European countries. We did best in Spain, and we just thought it might have been a language thing that the media, online was seeping through there, and that was about the time we started when those things started becoming. Yeah. The way people got their news. So,
right,
I don't know.
Right. And were you telling me that you played... Was it Mexico where you played a gig and, the president's son turned up?
Oh, no, that was in Bogota.
That was in Bogota, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's the only reason the gig went ahead, to be honest. The army were going to shut it down. Otherwise.
Yeah, the army and police turned up and they threatened to shut it all down. And basically, they were told that the president's son was there. And you shouldn't shut it down.
Wow!
And just at least wait for the band to finish their set.
And for him to leave. And as soon as he left, we were backstage, still, kind of cooling off.
Yeah.
And then we heard the music stop, and there was a line of soldiers across the front of the stage, and everyone was being forced out. So that was quite heavy.
I was going to say that sounds pretty hairy. Was it pretty frightening?
It was, a little bit of an edge to it.
It's better than cancelling. Well, you didn't cancel the gig actually, obviously, but even if you had, better than cancelling the gig because you've got a sore throat, isn't it? Like some bands do. Yeah, no, sorry. The army have said they would need to close the gig down. And so you're in Mexico, you're in Brazil, and then you're all on sort of places. Does it ever become a bind? It sounds absolutely glamorous. Does it ever become a bind?
I don't think I'm going to new places. I think going to the same city over and over again and playing in the same venue would probably become a bit of a drag. But as long as you're going to new places and as long as you're able to get a night's sleep occasionally, then I think that's the important thing. Yeah.
Mirage, which I've just played, is from Gravity the Seducer. It's out on September the 13th. It's the 5th album. Tell me about that title straight off. What's that? Gravity the Seducer.
Oh, it's a lyric from one of the songs on the album, which you'll get a copy of later.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
And it'll all become clear.
Thank you very much. And you took yourself off. Did you do it out in the countryside? Was it in Kent?
Chatham.
Near Chatham.
Bluebell
Hill sounds a bit nicer.
Yeah.
Is Chatham where the big naval dockyard used to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was some old story. Is Chatham got something to do with Charles Dickens? No, am I thinking of somewhere else entirely now? No,
yeah, I heard something like that. Yeah,
hasn't he got like a Charles Dickens World theme park there or something? Clearly, he didn't find time to visit it, but
yeah.
And did you? Yeah, did you? So you're getting your heads together in the Countryman like bands used to do in the 60s?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. It was actually a studio we used to work in London, which got transplanted into the countryside.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, we were working with Barney, who we'd worked with before on Witch and Hour, actually.
Yeah. And what's it? And how does it compare to the others? I mean, all bands say, of course, nearly all bands say this is our best album. Which sometimes it is, but sometimes it just means this is our latest album. But how does it differ from the others, or does it not? I mean, is it classic Ladytron? Is it vintage Ladytron?
It's different. It's definitely a bit of a leap from the last one. We had more time to do this. We had more time to think about it and chill out off the road. So being on the road didn't influence it at all, whereas the previous two had been affected by that. But I don't know. We're allowing other people to tell us that it's our best record rather than saying it ourselves if we can.
No, like I say, I'm taking myself off for a couple of weeks tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to taking it with me and listening to it. Let's have one of your previous favourite of mine. I think probably you might well have played this the last time you were in this room. This is Ghosts. That's Ghosts by Ladytron. Reuben and Danny are with me. We're talking about the new record, of course, Gravity the Seducer. The album is out September 13th, and it's a British leg. Are you going to do British dates?
There's nothing booked. We did a little bit in June, you see, so...
But you might come back at the end of the...
Yeah, I might do. I mean, we're doing... obviously doing all the places we haven't done for a while. So we did a little run in the UK and Europe.
Yeah. Are audiences the same all over the world? Or can do they differ in response or whatever?
Yeah, really different.
Are they?
Yeah, even from city to city.
Tell us about that.
Well, I mean, for example... I use the example of Spain in Europe, but I find that in Eastern Europe the audiences are way more responsive.
Are they?
Yeah, and in Latin America especially. I don't know. We had some theories about it. None of them stand up to logical scrutiny.
Let's have the theory. I would have thought the theory about Eastern Europe would be maybe because they were starved of any pop music.
Yeah,
for so long.
This would be the obvious way to look at it. But then we've said this before, and people have said to us, "Well, isn't it just because people like having fun?"
Yeah,
and so I think that's an element of it as well. But certainly in Latin America, we've had consistently great experiences that exceeded expectations.
It's interesting. I think we were saying last time. You're Moz is popular there as well, isn't he? It's interesting that Morrissey is. The Mexicans are crazy for him as well, aren't they?
Yeah. So he was always really big in California, wasn't he? As well.
Ah, that's right. Yeah. And are there any places that you feel that you can't get a handle on? That there are places that are difficult to gauge, or the audience is strange. Is that Britain?
Yeah. I'd say Britain.
Yeah. Tell me about... I'm intrigued by this because another record we played Ace of... Do you pronounce it Ace of Hearts or Ace of Hurts?
Hurts,
I thought so. Was on FIFA 11.
Yeah. There's absolutely no interesting story behind that.
Is there not?
We keep getting asked about it, but there's nothing to report.
Because I played FIFA. I thought FIFA 10 was better. Do you play computer games? He said. I'm trying to think of what to call them. And computer games sounds like I've just sort of like Catweasel come out of a box. But
we play occasionally.
Yeah.
If we're on the tour bus with nothing to do and Grand Theft Auto's on in the back, we might sit off and just have a.
So in a way we're responsible for the recent unrest, aren't we? We're part of the. we condoned
this vehicle
it.
is mine.
Have you been on Grand Theft Auto? Have you used your stuff on Grand Theft Auto?
Used to,
We
used to play. Yeah, we used to. You mean musically?
Yeah.
No, we were going to. There was, but it never happened. We were supposed to be on the last one, but it didn't happen.
Oh, so
we got asked about it. No.
There's no particular reason why FIFA. They didn't say. We think your music. Well, obviously they thought we.
It's just ideal for accompanying football video game. No, I don't know.
Do you get used on like Goal of the Month rundown and things like that?
Actually, we have done.
I bet you have.
On what is it? Football Focus. Yeah.
Football Focus. Yeah, I bet you have. Yeah.
And a thing about Chelsea, unfortunately.
Do you have?
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Do you have exactly? Do you have kind of a policy about things like that when people want to use your music? You think, I'll have to think what it is. Obviously, if it's nerve gas, we're not that keen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we draw the line at nerve gas.
But you know what I
We
mean?
thought about it. Ballistic missiles.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of requests? Because I watch your sort of music, people would want to use it a lot for the soundtracks to adverts and TV montages.
Yeah, for weaponry especially. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if Lockheed came along with a sync, that maybe we'd consider it. I don't know. We do. Yeah, we get used for quite a lot of things, but
Yeah.
I don't know whether people that have that much, have any scruples anymore about it. It used to be really uncool, didn't it? If bands had sold out if they put anything on a commercial, but I don't think anybody cares anymore.
That was before the whole business model of the music industry collapsed.
Yeah,
though,
so
wasn't
now
it?
I think people have cut a little bit of slack now.
Yeah, yeah. What about technology? I mean, you utilise technology, albeit a lot of the time it's kind of vintage technology, isn't it? But I mean, how has the technological revolution affected you? Has it made life easier or harder? Or?
Harder to concentrate.
Really? Well, because there's so many distractions. Yeah.
Yeah.
But about music distribution, I mean, you get some bands saying, "Oh, it's great because we're creatively free and all that," and you get other bands saying it's rubbish because no one's buying our records.
No, I think we saw both sides of it. We started, just as things were starting to change, and we benefited from both sides. We certainly benefited from the changes.
Yeah.
So we haven't got any complaints at all.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Tell me then about Annie Cooney by Madeleine Chartrand.
It's a 3,000-year-old Inuit folk song from Quebec, but they produced this version in about 1970.
Right.
Yeah, and I've been trying to play you this for 3 years, I think.
Yeah, because you told me about it in the pub. And do we know much about Madeleine Chartrand? I don't.
I don't know anything about her apart from this song, but
Right.
she was like late 60s.
I think this is definitely her best song.
Is it her best
I think
song?
I've heard a couple of others and not quite as good.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Madeleine Chartrand, Annie Cooney. Go to Ladytron.com to find out everything about Ladytron. Buy Ladytron's new record, Gravity the Seducer, when it comes out. And if you happen to be in Mexico, Brazil, or any of those glamorous locales, why not go and see them? Thank you very much, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.